Hello, dear students, how are you? I hope you are all fine. Thank you so much. Here we go. This is a new lesson for literature, okay, 19/4/2020. So, and it's about you have to open your books on page, your pathway books on pathways books on page 159. So this is it. We will have to continue with our play, The Importance of Being Earnest, written by Oscar Wilde. Okay. So as you can see, on page 159, you are given a summary passage for the whole play. A summary passage for the whole play. That's why the title of our lesson is Analyzing the Summary Passage. Briefly, we can say that the summary passage, as you know, summarizes the whole play and gives us clues about the most important ideas. The most important ideas for the whole play, for the whole drama, okay? In this summary passage, we came to know about the characters and the setting of the play. The characters of the play, who are they? Who are the characters of the play? And the setting. Where and when do the actions or did the actions take place? For more understanding, here you are a slideshow to understand the summary passage more and more. You just follow me please with this slide show. Here we go. In here, as you can see by Oscar Wilde, The Importance of Being Earnest. So let's start with the first one, okay? All right, so the play belongs to the Victorian era in England. What do we mean by Victorian era? It means when Victoria was the queen of England, that's why we call it Victorian era. There was a queen called Victoria. Okay, era, it means the time, Victorian time. Okay, Oscar Wilde and so on. These are the content for the whole play, but we just focus on yes. Let's start with the Victorian era. What do we mean by Victorian era? Victorian literature is the body of poetry, fiction, essays, and letters produced during the reign of Queen Victoria, 1837-1901. During the 19th century, the novel became the leading form of literature in English. All right. So as you can see, Victorian era, it means when or during the reign of Victoria, a queen who's called Victoria. All right. Let's know some information about Oscar Wilde. He was born in 1854 in Dublin. Okay, the month is not mentioned here clearly, but anyway. And died in 1900 in France. He was born in Dublin, 1854, and died in France, 1900. And you have to know that Dublin, okay, it's the capital city of Ireland. The capital city of Ireland, that's why, and at that time, Ireland belongs, till today, Ireland, the country of Ireland, belongs to England. Anyway, so this is just for your knowledge. He became famous with the publication of his novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Okay, he wrote a novel entitled Dorian Gray. He was very famous with. He wrote several serious plays, 4 comedies and 1 novel. Okay, he was popular literary figure in the late Victorian England. He was very popular during the Victorian era, and often condemned for homosexuality. This is something, let's say something he was just condemned. Maybe it was true, maybe it was wrong. Anyway, so this is all the most important information about our playwright Oscar Wilde. Let's continue. So, The Importance of Being Earnest, a trivial comedy for serious people. This is a comedy. We can understand that this is a comedy. Comedy, please, sorry. This is a comedy written by Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde's last and best play. It was Oscar Wilde's last and best play. First audience was on St. Valentine's Day. Wrote during the late Victorian era. Okay, that's the time of writing, the time when this play was written. It was during the Victorian era. Criticizes Victorian moral and social values. Basically, this play criticized the Victorian moral and social values. In here, Oscar Wilde tried to criticize the Victorian era. Basically, the moral and social values. That was between, when we say moral and social values, basically the relations between people in that time. Social classification and so on. We have, for example, when we say social classification, we have to understand that we are talking about the social classes, the upper class, the rich class, the middle class, and the poor class. Okay? Is a satire the way of using humor to show that something or someone is foolish and so on and so on? It was also satire. It's a satire it's a satire play. It's a humor play, a comic play. It makes you laugh. It makes you stresses. It makes you stresses the most important problem that the Victorian era or that the British society was facing during the Victorian era. We can also say that it was filmed in 2002. It means it was movied in 2002. All right, good. So let's continue. The characters of our play. Let's know about the characters. Who are the characters of the play? We have Jack Worthing, also known as Ernest Worthing, a rich bachelor. He is a rich man, Jack. Algernon Moncrief, Jack is a friend. Also, he is a rich bachelor. Lady Augusta Bracknell, Lady Bracknell, who is Algernon's aunt. We have Gwendolyn Fairfax, who is Lady Bracknell's daughter. We have Cecily Cardew, who is Jack Worthing's ward. And we have Miss Laetitia Prism, who is Cecily's governess. So those are the most important, the characters of our play. And as we have only a passage taken from this play, we will just focus on the relation between Jack, Lady Bracknell, Gwendolyn, and Algernon Moncrief. We will just focus on the given passage on those characters. Only 4 characters will be our focus. Okay, and we will understand the relation between them and so on and so forth. So briefly, this is the summary of the whole passage, please. Where and when did the action take place? Also, we understood. So this is it. That's the end of the lesson. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask me. All right. Please, you have to take the lesson also here. You have to pause the video each time and try to write this these few details. Along with the slideshow, you will understand the whole lesson, okay? You just pause at any time, each time, and please take the lesson. All right? Thank you so much, and I will be waiting for any question, my dear students. Thank you so much.